a video on leftover turkey and what I'm going to do with it. So, what do you do with it? Um, People probably end up just throwing it away. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some rissoles, dumplings, meatballs, kind of whatever you kind of want to kind of call them. Because I did the same with some leftover pork shoulder, and it was really nice. Kind of my dad's kind of recipe, but well, my dad's idea, but I'm going to make it a lot nicer. So I'm going to cook it in a tomato sauce. Although I did do the pork one in a white wine sauce, and that was kind of quite nice as well. And that would work with the turkey as well. So like a turkey in a white wine sauce would be very nice. So let's rattle off what I'm going to do. The bits of turkey that I've got, turkey's quite a lean meat with not much fat, so I have saved some of the skin, the fatty skin as well, and that's going to go into the meatballs. Don't necessarily have to do that, but I think the gelatinous, fatty skinniness of the skin in the meatballs will make them particularly juicy. So I'm going to mince. There's about 450 grams worth of turkey and did I say chicken back then? Can't remember. So I'm going to mince the turkey and the skin with about 450 grams, with about 50 grams worth of bread. It's good quality bread. It's my own sourdough, so it's nicer than normal bread. You know, so you kind of need to use good quality bread when you're making things like this, because you will taste the difference. And then I've got a couple of eggs that are going to go into that, because I want a softer kind of texture to the dumplings, rissoles, whatever you want to kind of call them. And then we're going to put in some hard Italian cheese as well. There's about 100 grams worth of that. And I'm going to put a diced onion as well. So I'm going to dice an onion and cook that, and then put it into rissoles cooked, because I don't particularly like the flavour of raw onion permeating into other things. And then I'm just going to make an easy tomato sauce with some onions. Actually, I remember I've got some carrots, so I'll do we'll put a couple of carrots in. I haven't got any celery, I used it in something else, so I've normally got some celery cooking about, and I normally put that in the tomato sauce, but I haven't. So we're going to put in 200 grams worth of carrots into 2 tins worth of, don't need those, into 2 tins worth of peeled plum tomatoes, just cheap ones, and then we've got about 300 grams worth of onions going in that. So that's going to make up the tomato sauce. That's going to make up the dumplings. I'll do the proper recipe in the description, but we'll be back once I have made tomato sauce and minced all the ingredients into rissoles. Right, tomato sauce is made, and I've pureed it as well, so it's just thin. I didn't want it chunky. So, and in here we have, I've grated the cheese, I have minced the bread, I have minced the turkey and the turkey skin, and there's also at the bottom there's the cooked onion. So these eggs are kind of quite big, so let's do, hang on, I need to make sure that I've got some water before we start. So let's decide if we're going to do 1 egg or 2. Should really beat it, but I kind of think the mixing process is going to do that. I'll put crack some pepper into it as well. So these up a little bit. I think that's going to take 2 eggs. Yeah, that's going to take 2 eggs. Squinch together, squish together, squinch. That's not even a word. Yeah, it's going to take 2 eggs, is that? Yeah, I bought some eggs from somewhere else. They were on the market, these eggs, and they were big and they were a good price. So I kind of thought, oh, I'll just have 12 of those than when I normally buy them for. So I'm just having to adjust recipes. So, but 2 eggs is fine. There's enough things in that. And then last time, I don't think it'll need any salt, because I've seasoned the turkey was seasoned, and the cheese is salty, and I seasoned the onions, so, and the bread's already seasoned, so we should be good. So that's nice and soft as that. So last time I quenelled them, which was 2 spoons, but I can't be bothered doing that this time. So we'll do balls, I think. Yeah, I'm not going to fry them off beforehand. They're a little bit too soft. They should firm up. The egg should firm them up as they're cooking, and the cheese as well melt. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Might have been better making them and letting them all soak together before we start cooking them, but we'll cook them gently and they should be fine. If they fall to bits, yeah, be fine. Not really bothered, it's only for me. And there'll be some leftovers in case anyone comes around and want a bit of something to eat. And I'm kind of thinking, I'm not going to serve it with anything. To be honest, I've eaten too much for the last few days, so I don't need any more carbohydrates in the system. So no chickpeas, no pasta, just the meatballs and sauce. And I think there's too much sauce there, but that's fine. We can use that for something else. I just count how many meatballs we're going to make. I'm going to have to wash my hands before I turn the camera off, so I might as well make all the meatballs, rissoles, dumplings, whatever you want to call them. They're all, how do you know, there's always lots of things in different cultures which are all very similar, because there's only so much you can do with food. You know. And I'm going to cook them with the lid on, just gently, just to basically set the egg and to warm them through. They don't need, all the ingredients are cooked apart from the egg, so they're not going to need that much. So I reckon half an hour or so with the lid on. Could bake them in the oven, but I kind of, well, yeah, you could bake them in the oven, but I think we'll have 2 small ones. I've made the sauce in the pan, so you might as well use the pan that you're making the sauce in. If you can, you know, put it into a dish and put it in the oven by all means, but that's another bit of washing up, isn't it? So that one, squeeze in there. There's that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I can't count from here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is that 15? Can't be good. 5. Yeah, 15. So, lid on, and then we'll give it half an hour and see how it goes. Right, half an hour, well, longer than half an hour, but I've let them cool down. So they were cooking for about half an hour, and then I've let them cool slightly. So let's have a look. On a plate, I'll make some more washing up. They feel very soft. I think that's a good thing. If they're anything like the pork ones, they'll be delicious. They're lovely and soft. I certainly think they're going to be nicer than the ones my dad and my grandma used to make. They're lovely. Nice and moist on the inside. You can really taste the cheese as well. I was thinking that I might have put a bit too much cheese in, but I think that's a good amount of cheese. If you're going to put 2 eggs in, they're going to be soft like that, so that's extremely soft. So you have to cook them very gently. You could put 1 egg in, and they would be firmer. But that's nice, and I suppose the idea of putting some turkey skin and fat in with them was kind of might be a little bit repulsive for some people, but it really works. The ones that my dad made were kind of a little bit too dry. A little bit too dry. But I think that's nice, is that? I think the addition of some of the fat and skin and the parmesan, well, Italian hard cheese, it was just the cheap stuff, was works really well. And the nice bread as well. I mean, I suppose it depends what you've kind of got, whatever bread you've got, but they're really nice. They're really nice, just on their own like that, or with some with some pasta, will be absolutely delicious. So yeah, I did the ones in the white. I did the pork ones in the white wine. So if you wanted to do a white wine version of these, simply take the ratios from the Turkey Rissoles for this, and then the white wine from the white wine sauce recipe from the other, and kind of do it that way. So the other ones with rice, which was really nice, like sticky rice, which was really kind of quite nice. But there you go. Certainly something more interesting than turkey sandwiches.